shining. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Now, if this is your first time, that may be why you are searching on how to treat the flu virus, because you may have missed my video over here on the prevention of the flu. But if you are returning and you did everything you can to try to prevent the flu, I hope to provide you today with some tips on the way to treat your symptoms. Because unfortunately, influenza is not like bacteria. An antibiotic does not work against it. And then if you went to the doctor maybe a little too late, or your symptoms may be too mild, you may not be the best candidate for Tamiflu, which is the only or one of the few antivirals that work against influenza. So you're kind of just stuck, you're kind of just stuck feeling horrible, body aches, fever, chills. And what are you gonna do in the meantime to kind of help with your symptoms? If there are any remedies that you guys love to use, I would love to hear about them. Go ahead and comment below. Hopefully some of the tips I have in this video may be helpful to you. And if you're watching this before you're even sick, it may just be good to have these things around the house because the flu this year is very rampant. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first one is kind of obvious, Tylenol and Ibuprofen, and if you want to use a non-brand name, it's acetaminophen and ibuprofen. And of course, all the advice that I give on my channel, you gotta consult with your primary care doctor and consider your medical profile. Not everything is gonna work for everybody. But one of the biggest things that people complain about with the flu is body aches. Body aches galore. I mean, their bones are just in pain, or chills and fever and sweats. And that's just your body fighting the virus, trying to get some of the heat from the inside to the outside. So you're gonna feel a big variance in your temperature. Tylenol is good for fever, as well as some discomfort. Ibuprofen is definitely great for those body aches. So having those around the house are gonna be key. Now, in terms of a natural supplement, curcumin could work similarly to ibuprofen. It's actually compared to indomethacin, which is used for gout. So that may provide you some good anti-inflammatory effects as well. And just follow the instructions on your curcumin bottle. You can also cook with a lot of curry, but turmeric does not have as much curcumin as the supplements do. They kind of take the curcumin outside of the curry and make it very concentrated and make it available in a powder form. So that may be something that you want to look into. Another thing that you may want to have handy that you probably already have is something to help steam your sinuses. So that could just be a bowl, a kettle, and some water, and also a towel. So what you want to do is boil up some water, fill it into a bowl, and keeping a safe distance between you and the bowl. You don't want the steam to kind of really hit your face, but you can get a towel and go like this over the bowl, let the steam kind of get into your airways, and that can help moisten some of your sinuses and your respiratory tract and help to get some of that mucus out. So if you're very congested, that may be something that can be helpful to you. Oh, and how can I forget, inside of that bowl, you could put things like eucalyptus, oil of oregano, peppermint, all those menthol type of herb provide a nice oil that could really help stimulate your mucus surfaces, your mucosal surfaces. So that means is like the lining in your sinuses and your respiratory tract will get irritated. They will produce more fluid, and that'll help get some of that gunk out if you're feeling congested. For the third tip, you want to keep some of these things in your home handy so you can make some lovely teas to get you out of that funk. So some of the things I like to do are ginger tea. You can add some garlic in there, add some honey. Honey even by itself is great for cough. Honey is very helpful to suppress a cough, very helpful with sore throats. Another natural remedy is slippery elm. You can get slippery elm lozenges. You can get it in a powder form and get some water and make it into like a sludge and drink that. Doesn't really sound very good, but it coats your throat very nicely. Very great for sore throats. And there's another natural remedy that I talked about in prevention, but at higher doses and within the first couple days, echinacea can be very helpful. So somewhere around the 3 to 6 gram mark, as long as it's safe according to your medical profile. You can use that throughout the day to try to decrease how long your cold or virus is gonna last for. But it's most helpful in the first 2 days. After that, it's kind of a waste to use it. Another thing is zinc. Zinc, in this case, in terms of treatment, can be very helpful. Not as helpful for prevention. So zinc at a higher dose, as long as it's okay with your doctor, that can be helpful to not reduce the severity of the disease, but could also help it to shorten, specifically with the common cold. So somewhere around the 60 milligram mark may be helpful, but higher doses can cause a copper deficiency. So it's important to not overdo it and use these things mainly when you're sick. Elderberry. Elderberry is an awesome antiviral. You're gonna find it a lot in some of the more natural cough medicines on the shelf. You can buy elderberry by itself as a syrup, as a tablet, as a gummy bear. That's very helpful because it has antiviral activity and it's specific to colds and flus. So that's another great natural way to try to treat your disease. And number one, hydration. The energy that your body uses to just be on a regular day is quite a bit, but when you've got the flu, I mean, the energy needs ramp right up. So your heart rate is just beating, you're sweating, you're consuming a lot of energy even though you're just knocked out and very tired. So keeping your body hydrated to allow it to support the processes it needs to go through in order to get better is very important. So hydration is key, even if you don't feel like it, even though it's making you go to the bathroom a whole lot, and even though you're very tired and can't make it out your bed, it's very important to hydrate. So these were just a few ways to make sure that you can treat the flu virus if it hits you. I would love to hear from you guys. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you have any questions. And if you're interested in going into the medical field, I've got a few career chat videos for you to check out. Any suggestions, any topics especially that you want to hear from me, go ahead and let me know by commenting below or send me an email or leave me on Instagram or Facebook. Any one of those ways down there, you can get in touch with me. So hope to hear from you guys soon. Signing out, medically yours, Dr. C. Bye guys.